DTFW. DTFW equals do the fucking work. Do the fucking work. We're going to be talking about doing the fucking work over the next 2 Trader Tip Tuesdays. Today, we're going to talk about it in a very specific context. The context we're going to talk about today is literally called the work. So, what is the work? The work is the time that you devote to yourself every day to improve the quality of your life and that of the people around you. That is the work. It's the time you devote every day to improving the quality of your life and the people that are around you. So, the work is about supporting what we call the have it all lifestyle. What is the have it all lifestyle? It is living with contentment and joy in all areas of your life. A lifestyle where you make consistent inroads into living your God-given potential in all areas of your life. I'll say this again. It's a lifestyle where you make consistent inroads to living out your God-given potential in all areas of your life. It's having it all. People want to have it all, but have no idea how to get there. The work is going to help you have it all. So let's talk about this. What does having it all mean? Well, we're going to look at our life in 4 domains. To have it all, we want to be strong in each of these 4 domains. The first domain is body, which is about your physical health. So this is about working out. This is about eating well. This is about taking supplements. This is about getting health treatments. This is about getting sleep. These are all things that make your body strong, that make your body vital, that make your body energetic. It becomes a source of fuel that fuels you to be strong everywhere else in your life. It also fuels you by feeling confident because you look great and you feel great. Then we move to the second domain. The second domain is the being domain. The being domain is about your spiritual health. What is your belief in God? What is your relationship with God? What are the practices that you use? Do you meditate? Do you pray? Do you journal? Do you study? What sort of things do you do to strengthen yourself spiritually? The third area is the balance domain. The balance domain is about your relational health. Relational health relates to your relationship with your spouse, your relationship with your immediate family, your relationship with your extended family, your relationship with your friends, your relationship with business associates, and your relationship with yourself. The final domain is the business domain. And that one seems pretty self-explanatory, but let's get into it. The business domain is about how you make money, how you keep money, and how you compound money. It can also be an extension of your purpose and your mission. What do you do in your business domain that brings you satisfaction, that makes you feel like you're connected? Now, when I work with different traders, I work with different students, and I go through, initially everybody has a domain that they're strong in, and then they're weak in other domains. And society teaches us that we should only focus on certain domains. These domains we focus on are often a product of our beliefs. But when I work with people, I often see them. First of all, they don't get to me unless they're successful. So a lot of the people I work with, they come in and they're successful in the business domain. And guess what they're looking for when they come to work with me? They want to be more successful in the business domain. So I help them to do that. But when we step back and we look at where they're at in their entire body, or sorry, in their entire life, across all four domains, we tend to see massive problems. I have people come to me who are 300 pounds. They can't walk up a flight of stairs without completely losing their breath. I have people come to me that smoke like crazy and they're constantly coughing and they can't breathe. Or people come to me that have all kinds of allergies and they can't eat anything. Or people come to me, they drink all the time, or they're constantly sedating, getting high. These people are weak in their body domains. Now, what's interesting is society approves of you working on your body domain. Everybody has January. Everybody has resolutions right now about how much weight they're going to lose and how much better they're going to eat and how much less they're going to drink and yada, yada, yada. Right? Society totally is behind that. Then we move to the being domain. The being domain is interesting because this is a domain that so many people completely ignore. You could be strong. This is in general. You can be strong in 3 of the domains. And if you're weak in one, you will not feel like you have it all. So going back to the body domain, if you make a bunch of money, you have a good relationship with your family, you have a good relationship with God, but you're 100 pounds overweight, you're not going to feel fulfilled. You're going to feel awful because you have no energy. Now we move to the being domain. The being domain is interesting because it's insidious. I have people come to me that make a bunch of money trading. They're in good shape. They have a good family. And optically, when you look at their life, optically, their life looks perfect. They are the envy of everybody. But they feel like there's a giant hole inside themselves. This giant hole is that they feel like they have no purpose. Why am I here? Why do I have all this stuff? It's funny, everybody wants all kinds of money because they think having money is going to solve all their problems. But I have been on the other side of this. Being on the other side of this and working with so many students who are on the other side of it, making tons of money, they are not happy. And sometimes the worst thing is because they're not unhappy, because there's this unease within themselves, they just subconsciously blow it all up. They lose all their money. They lose their family. They lose their body because something's missing and they're not sure what it is. So maybe starting over, that'll fix it. It doesn't fix it. We need to be strong in our spiritual health. We need to be strong in our beliefs about God because that will give our life purpose and things will start to make sense. Taking time to meditate and clearing our mind helps us get in touch with ourselves, in addition to getting in touch with God. So we move to the third domain. The third domain is the balance domain. This is about the relationship with your spouse. This is about the relationship with your family, your friends, so forth. Again, I have a lot of students that come to me. They make a bunch of money. They're millionaires. They're multimillionaires. And they're going through divorces. Their spouses are cheating on them. Their spouse does not even sleep in the same room with them. They just are roommates. They don't have sex. They don't have intimacy. They don't talk. I have other students who have zero relationship with their kids. They don't talk to their kids at all. Their kids hate them. They hate their kids. Their kids are a constant source of stress and frustration. Their families are just a complete shit show. I have other students who have no friends at all. They don't have friends. Everything is work and family, work and family. There's nothing of friendship for them. And finally, a lot of the students I have, they have no relationship with themselves. What does this mean? There's nothing fun in their life. There's nothing they look forward to. They don't have hobbies. They don't have special things they do for themselves. They don't go buy themselves special gifts. They have no goals about things that would enrich their lives. So again, they have a bunch of money, but they're not happy. And of course, now we move to the last domain, which is a business domain, which in the business domain, this is especially the case of men. If we're not making money, our self-esteem typically takes a hit. Amongst men, when men walk in a room, there's kind of two thoughts, right? When men walk in a room, they're all sizing each other up. And depending on what world you live in, it goes something like this. In some cases, it's going to sound not good, but it's true. If you go into, let's say, more of a blue collar type environment or an athletic environment, they're going to look around the room and they're going to go, who is the baddest motherfucker in this room? Is it me or is it somebody else? And they're going to be judging themselves. I could take that guy. I could take that guy. I don't know if I could take that guy. Or I'm the best player in this room, or that, am I the best player in this room? I know I'm better than him and him and him, but I don't know if I'm better than him. This is what's going on. But when you have money or you get into business situations, when you walk into a room, it changes. When you walk into the room, you look around the room and you go, who has the most money in the room? The person who's perceived to have the most money in the room can run the room. So everybody else will respect them. So in the business domain, but having success in business opens lots of opportunities. It also opens the door, going back to mission, of being able to live our day-to-day business life doing something that to us, it seems to matter. So in the Have It All lifestyle, we have the 4 domains, and they can be individual silos where we work in each one. But the thing I want you to think about is what makes this really work is when the 4 domains come together into one cohesive vision, where everything you do benefits some other domain. In business, if I work in my business domain and I'm living the mission and purpose that God has given me, they start to link up. Every day, the thing I do every day to make money also connects me in my relationship with God. It deepens my relationship with God, which then makes me want to work more, have more success, which in turn can strengthen the connection. This is part of me. This is why I'm talking to you right now. This is my mission. My mission is to share with you all of these experiences, all this knowledge, all this insight that I've accumulated over 35 years to help you not only be a better trader, but to be a better person. So me having this discussion with you right now links into my mission. My mission statement is the purpose of my life is to show God's love to myself and to others while maximizing our potential and living with joy in all situations. That's my mission. So what I'm doing right now with you is I am expressing love towards you by sharing this with you, and I'm helping you maximize your potential. And I'm also hoping that I'm teaching you how to frame your mindsets in a way that you have joy in all situations, that you can have joy in the midst of adversity. You can have joy in the midst of pain. You can have joy in the midst of stress. Okay, so I'm doing this. Everything I do relates to the other domains, and that cinches it up. It makes it tight. This is where you start to live an amazing life. So now that we've explained these 4 domains and how they relate to one another, let's get back to the work. The work we're going to do, the work is what we call core 4. We're going to introduce this concept of core 4. This is how we measure the work. Okay, so in Core 4, we're going to track our progress in these 4 domains. Each day, we're going to complete 2 tasks in each domain. The first is our body domain. So every day, we're going to do something physical for our body. It could be working out. It could be going for a jog. It could be going for a walk. It could be doing push-ups. It could be playing basketball. Something of this nature. It could even be, although this is a bit of a cop-out, it could even be getting a massage or stretching. But it's something that's designed to strengthen your physical body. Now, when we go through here, it's really important in Core 4 that we set Core 4 up to win. We're going to do Core 4 every day. We want to be consistent in executing our Core 4. So you want to set yourself up to win, not to lose. So if to get a check mark in the physical aspect of body, to get a check mark, if it's like I have to work out for an hour, you're setting yourself up to fail. Because there's some days you won't get an hour in. Life just happens. So you want to set yourself up to win. So if you can work out for an hour, that's amazing. And that's, for me, that's usually what I do. But some days, like my Sundays, are very different. So on a day that you're swamped, you could do 25 push-ups. You could do 25 sit-ups. You could do 25 air squats. You could do 5 pull-ups. You could do all sort of these things. How long does it take to do 25 push-ups? Not even a minute, right? So you can get the checkbox and you'll have improved yourself by doing that one thing today. Then we move to the nutritional task, or the nutritional check mark. For nutrition, it could be taking supplements. It could be drinking water. It could be drinking a green drink that has veggies in it. It could be having no sugar. You get to decide what it is, but you have something that you need to do. Now, again, you need to set it up like you want it's for you to win. When I first did this, I have to eat perfectly every day, and I wasn't doing that. I may do 4 or 5 days a week, but I have 2 days I did not eat perfectly, so I couldn't check the box. That was a mistake. Set yourself up to win. If you drank greens, a green drink every day, for example, that would improve your physical body. If you made sure you drank a half gallon of water, that would improve your physical body. If you took your vitamins, your supplements every day, that would improve it. And none of those things take very long. Okay, so check mark for physical, check mark for nutritional. Then we move into being. Being, we're going to meditate. We're going to get a check mark for meditating. Now, prayer is also, you can also pray in place of meditating. So prayer is talking to God and meditating is listening to God. That's how I view it. So there's a reciprocal relationship there, but doing one of those. Then there's memoirs. Memoirs is journaling or doing what we call the stack. It's basically documenting what's going on in your mind and in your life, committing it to paper or to print. Then we move to balance. Balance is telling 2 people every day that you love them, care for them, appreciate them, whatever is appropriate. Could be somebody in your immediate family, could be a complete stranger. Doesn't matter. You're going to tell 2 people every day. I can tell you, like for me, this is the one thing I didn't do. And I've seen numerous other people. This is the one that typically people do not do. And as a result, this tends to have one of the biggest impacts. I have a student who is having a lot of issues with his kids. And he told his son, he texted his son and just told him he loved him. His son was 16. His son texted him back and said, "Why are you telling me this?" So then he sent him reasons why he loved him. And his son came running across the house and came into his office and said, "Are you okay? I don't understand. Why are you telling me you love me?" And he talked it through, and then his son left. And it hit him like a ton of bricks because he realized in the conversation he had that his son thought he did not love him. He never heard it from him. He never heard any appreciation from him. So he just assumed his dad didn't love him. And of course, there's lots of issues with this kid. Issues with identity, issues with confidence, issues with where he fits in the whole world. This can make a massive difference in your life. You can text it, you can say it, you can send a video, you can buy a gift, you can send a card, whatever. 2 people a day. Then we go to business. Business, we're going to learn something every day. In other words, you're going to study something that makes you better. And then you're going to take notes on it and document what you learned. And you're going to either teach it to somebody, teach them what you learned today, or write down, flush out in your mind, not just notes about it, but why does it matter for you? How are you going to use it? How are you going to integrate it into your life? That's it. That's your core 4. Completing core 4 can be done in under an hour. Completing core 4 expresses love towards yourself. So many people, they live their life, they express 0 love towards themselves. They just sedate and punish themselves. They don't work out. They eat like shit. They watch porn all day. They drink. They get high. They're on social media. They're doing all these things to escape their life rather than step in and embrace their life. We have a saying, and the saying is the king eats first. Now, on the surface, this sounds incredibly selfish. I had an issue with this when I first heard it. What, the king eats first? I put myself above everybody else? Yes, you put yourself above everybody else. Core 4 is a form of the king eats first. And why does this matter? Because the king's job is to make sure that he takes care of everybody. The king's job is to make sure that everybody is looked after. But the reality is, the king cannot take care of anybody else if he has no energy. The king cannot take care of anybody else if he's exhausted. The king has to take care of himself to lead the way for others. Core 4 is your way of eating first because you're taking care of yourself. You're filling your cup by taking care of your body. You're filling your cup by taking care of your relationship with God and feeling like God is working through you. You're taking care of your cup by making sure you're looking after your family. And you're taking care of your cup by taking care of your business. I've been doing core 4 for 2.5 years. And if you saw me now versus 2.5 years ago, and I was doing something like core 4 before this, okay? Like I've journaled for years. I've done devotions and prayed every morning since I was 20. Okay, I've worked out off and on, but sometimes very intensely, very disciplined. But core 4 brought a consistency to my life that I lacked. It brought a purpose to what I was doing. It integrated everything that I lacked. And it has completely changed my life. Not only that, I have seen dozens and dozens of other men who've radically changed their life. Their bodies do not look the same. They went from fat and out of shape and smoking, doing drugs, to being lean, fit machines. They went from not knowing God at all to being driven by God's callings, by having God's purpose laid inside of them and honoring it. These are men that had broken marriages, infidelity, porn, that now have rich, sexually incredible marriages with their spouse. They have relationships with their kids as they're showing up like a father who's there, not a father who's absent, but a father who cares, who's shepherding and looking after the kids. And lastly, men that saw their income double, triple, go up tenfold, and the satisfaction in their work explode. I've observed this in my own life and in people around me. I'm in a men's group that everybody in my group, the thing we have in common is how massively we've all shifted. And at the heart of it is core 4. So my question for you is, are you worth it? Are you worth spending an hour? Can you get up in the morning and instead of turning on Fox News, go pray, go read scripture? Instead of getting up in the morning and going and grabbing a donut, can you grab a green drink? Instead of sleeping in an extra half hour, can you get up and work out? Instead of scrolling social media, can you text your wife you love her? These are little things. Applied consistently day after day will massively change your life. So the question I have for you is, are you ready to do the fucking work? Sounds cool and all, but I'm serious. Are you ready to do the fucking work and change the course of your fucking life? Not just for you, but for your wife and for your kids and for the people you care about, for your employees, for your clients. Are you willing to step the fuck up and go be the best version of your fucking self? Somebody who can look in the mirror with pride. Somebody you can look in the mirror and go, I am a fucking force. Are you ready to do that? Or are you going to sit in mediocrity and sit in shame, wondering about what could have been? This is Trader Tip Tuesday. This is why I do this shit. I do this so you can learn how to live your life at an elite level. So do the fucking work.